I don't know how many people are going to relate to this video, but have you ever returned back somewhere or try and recall a certain memory on something and the memory or being in that place like doesn't feel the same anymore? And there's like this like eerie like disconnection from the place. Um, Whenever I go back to where I grew up, it's like this weird feeling because I've been at college now for um, coming up on a year away from home. And don't get me wrong, I've had a good amount of times where I have gone back home, which is why it's weird that I feel this way every time. But it's like when I go back, I'm super excited for like the first day or two, and then it's like a weird feeling. And I think it's mainly probably because I've outgrown the place. And it's not really what I'd consider home anymore, and I'm more of in like this transition phase. Um, I have like trouble sleeping there as well. It's just like a lot of weird things. Like when I go to places that used to be like I don't know, really fun, or I'd go there often, or it's like a common place for me to go to. It doesn't feel the same anymore. I know that sounds like well, no, duh, but it's like a weird like internal subconscious feeling that I have. And it even happens when I'm talking to people. It's like if I don't talk to this person for a while, there's like this weird, um, just like weird, I don't know. It's not tension, but it's like this weird awkwardness. Um, and I don't know. It always starts like that. And that could just be because I don't know how to talk to this person anymore and it's been a while. Um, but again, it's like the whole idea of being back there, it's like weird. Um, because I've lived there for 19 years of my life. Um, and like going back, it's like there's so much attached to it. There's so much memory and experiences that were um, kind of like buried there. And there's different people who have cut ties with, or things ended awkwardly, or we're still kind of good, but it's like we're kind of not. It's like there's just so much attached to this one place, and it's just a weird, almost surreal experience. And every time I'm back there for a weekend, it just doesn't feel real. And I'm already like back here again. I'm like, yeah, that was weird. It's just not. It's just such a weird experience. I don't know how else to explain it. In a way, like I'm outgrowing that place, and I only go there occasionally. And it's like there's all these people that I grew up with, but it's not like I see them every day anymore. So it's like looking into my old life that I don't like associate with anymore, and it's such a weird experience. Um, Going off like the memories thing, like I was just thinking about this earlier. Like I went on a San Diego trip with my dad, and we went on this like it was called like cave canoeing or something like that. So you'd take off from the beach, the shore, and you'd go straight out. They'd like push you, and then like you and the other person would paddle straight out. And then once you get to like these buoys, the two like guides would meet up with you. Um, and it was kind of funny because you kind of were just like kind of like floating there, and like the canoe kept like turning away from whoever was talking, the leaders or whatever. And then you'd take, well for us, you'd take a left towards like the rocks and like the fall off part of the land to the ocean. And there'd be these little like cavern, cave type of things. Um, and you and the group could like go through it. Um, and there was actually a few sea lions in there, so that was kind of cool. We saw like a baby sea lion and things. Um, but just like reminiscing about that, it doesn't feel real because it wasn't even that long ago, but it just feels so it feels like a dream. It feels so long ago, and it's like the idea of it just doesn't click in my head that I actually experienced that. Um, and I don't know how else to like explain it. Why does my camera do this? Do I need to like pull it more forward? Wow, maybe that was the reason. But getting back to my point, it could just be like I'm in this new um, transition phase, or like um, I'm growing as a person or whatever. But it's just like it's such a weird thing to think about. And every time I go back to my hometown, it's just such a weird thing. None of it feels real. And then when I'm back here, it's like I zone back in. It could be just like an overwhelming amount of like things going into my head that I can't process it all. I don't really know what it is, but it's just it's very weird. Um, and I think now that I'm here and not there, the the time that I've spent here has kind of made me outgrow that old like chapter, I guess you could call it, in my life. And that's why it feels so weird because it's been so long and I've had this different like view and I've had this different life essentially for so long that it just feels weird to go back to that. Um, Overwhelming in some aspects. Um, if I only spend like 2 days there, it feels like I was never there. Like I have to spend like a week or longer in order to somewhat feel more comfortable again. It's just a weird thing. I don't even know how to explain it. But it's not like I consider like this place home either, necessarily. So it's like what is comfortable? I don't know. And with like certain people, it's like so much time has passed that it's just awkward. And it's like I'm a whole different person kind of now. You're a whole different person now. We've both experienced different things without each other, without updating each other, and it's like it's just a weird thing. Um, and I think in that sense, it's easier to pull away from people as well. That's why they call college like the great separation. It's like people that I'd consider like my closest friends aren't my closest friends anymore. And in a way, your friends are based off of your environment and the situation you're in. Um, so it's like my friend's at this other college, and he has his own friends, and I see him like rarely, right? But I'm not someone he would call or reach out to anymore because our context has changed. It's different when you see this person every day in class and it's like, yo, let's hang out after school. It's like I have to make the effort to drive or something like that to go see this person. And another thing that's kind of popped into my head is like this person is we grew up in the same hometown, same high school and things. Um, and I just know in the back of my mind, like, he's not going to have his college buddies around. And, I'm an old buddy or whatever. So he's probably going to come back and be all like, yeah, I haven't seen you in forever. Let's hang out. And it's going to be so fake at first because we don't, we aren't on the same, like, frequency anymore. And it's like, I'm only around you when it's convenient, not because you actually want to reach out or hang out with me. So in a way, that separation, like, it does kind of like pull you away from certain people. Um, Not everybody. I do have friends still back at home that I keep in contact with, and I know those are like my real friends. And even if they had a bunch more friends or, got this fame or status or whatever it may be, I know that they'll like still be um, my friends and they won't switch up. And half the time, the people that I think won't switch up actually do. So I can never tell on that kind of thing. But again, like, so for me going back there in the summer and like doing that job that I used to do for 2, 3 years or whatever it was, and like see all those people again and experience those same feelings and blah 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 over and over again, it's like overstimulating as hell. It doesn't register with me. But I think the fact that my summer's like pretty much 3 months long, I'll have time to kind of get back into it. But then it's going to be like, but when I come back here, it's going to be like, restarting again and rewiring my brain to like, this is what life is. So it's just a weird. It's very weird to think about. Um, I don't know. This could just be me. Let me know, but like, I don't know. It's just so weird to think about, but it's been on my mind lately.